It's my favorite thing ever, talking about 2024 fantasy romance releases. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is April if you've never been here before, and I'm bringing to you a collab today with Becky from Bex Reads and Jess from Honest Fiction. We're gonna be bringing you all of the 2024 fantasy romance releases that we're excited about. I actually have a pretty big list. I got real excited. And yeah, I have 4 pages of notes here with 24 books. I promise you I didn't do that on purpose. I did not look for 24 books for 2024. It just kind of turned out that way. In fact, I added 2 more and then took them off because I was like, April, calm your tits. Okay, like, let's just narrow it down here a little bit, a smidge. So we're gonna leave it at 24, and I have a lot to tell you about. So grab a beverage, grab a snack, and let's settle in and talk about some books for next year. Okay, we'll go in chronologically starting in January. So I won't be doing a January releases video this year. I like to do them every month. We're gonna start off with this one, and then I'll do another one in February for February specific releases. Right away on January 1st is a book called Kingdom of Tricksters and Fools. This is a Kindle Unlimited book by R.A. Vincent. Princess Emiana was the perfect wife for a Shadow King, but I took her place instead, and our only way out is to make the king fall for me and take his crown. So right away, there's deception between sisters, and I had to put it on this list because I was like, yes, please. And it's Kindle Unlimited. I plan to read a lot of Kindle Unlimited fantasy romance next year. I'm just in the mood, and this sounded good. The next one on the 2nd is Brood and Magic by Jenna Wolfhart. This is again in Kindle Unlimited. It is a booktube. It can be read as a standalone. This is more like a cozy romantasy. Lilia is in a traveling tavern and she meets this handsome stranger on the road and they hit it off. And then he leaves without saying goodbye, only to meet up with him later at the winter festival that she's getting to, seeing that he's her rival on a different traveling tavern. Someone is trying to sabotage her business. She thinks it's him. He tells her no. They team up to find the right person, and in doing so, they fall in love. So, cozy romantasy, if you're into that, next year, January 2nd, Jenna Wolfhart has you. On January 7th, Whispers of the Deep by Emma Hamm comes out. Again, this is on Kindle Unlimited, and the cover for this is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It's kind of a mermaid book, which I love. This synopsis really hooked me. It says, Mira is an engineer in the city of Beta that's under the sea. She keeps it running. She's on a mission in an abandoned part of the city, and she meets a dangerous monster, a deadly merman. The merman, his name is Argus, A-R-G-E-S, maybe. He wants to destroy the city to protect his people. Duh. But when Mira saves him, it really complicates those plans. So this just sounded so cool. I absolutely love the cover of this, and I think she's doing a special edition as well, so check that out. On January 9th, we have Sanctuary of Shadow. This is by Aurora Asher. This is a Red Tower book, so there's gonna be sprayed edges if you haven't checked it out already. This is a magical circus where the heroine is trying to hide in the circus, and the hero she's drawn to is kind of dangerous. Because she has no idea who he is, and you just say magical circus and I am there. Like, I am there. Most of these are going to be in January because January is like the month where you know the most releases, so that's what this is. January 15th, we have Haunting Beauty, which is the next book from Kay Lorraine and Meg Ann. Again, this will be in Kindle Unlimited. This is said to be supernatural meets American Horror Story. Give me it now. It's a YA choose with a dragon, a pirate, a lost soul, and a girl who is her own kind of beast. Say less. Say absolutely less. On January 17th is probably one of my most anticipated books, and that is The Everqueen by L.J. Andrews. I am trying desperately to get an arc of this. I don't know if I will, but I really want to continue on with this story. It's really great. It's pirates meets Vikings. This is the sequel to The Everking, which I really loved last year. It's a spin-off series involving a pirate who abducts the daughter of his enemy and then wants to kill her, but instead he falls in love with her, right? It's so good. It was such an adventure, and it has the coolest pirate ship I've ever seen in this book, and I just lived for it. On January 25th, we have The Vampire's Bargain. This is by Jasmine Walt, again on Kindle Unlimited. Kitana Nightshade is the best vampire hunter in the world until a lover betrays her, and she's sealed away in a magical prison for 50 years. After 50 years, she's freed, but not by a fellow witch, which is what she thinks. She's actually freed by a dangerous vampire lord asking for her help. This just sounded so cool. I'm into vampires right now. Thank you, Carissa Broadbent. And I've never heard of Jasmine Walt before, and I really want to try something from a new author, so that's why I put this on the list. January 26th, we have Heir of Never, and this is by Louise Shepard. Again, Kindle Unlimited. This is a spicy standalone involving villainous heirs. This is more of a Peter Pan retelling type of thing, and when Fae assassins known as the Lost Boys kill Faith Starling's mother, she vows revenge. She vows revenge. She travels to the Fae Isles of Never, where she meets up with the ruthless king that sent them, known as Peter Pan. Her father! Yeah, count me in for this one, for sure. And on January 30th, I think this needs no introduction, House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know if I'm gonna read this or not yet, but everyone and their mother will be, so maybe you want to as well. And then also on the 30th, we have The Wraith King by Juliet Cross, which is a new gothic romantasy from this author that brought you the Stay a Spell series, which is such an adorably cute series. So I'm really curious to see what she does in the romantasy land. On February 6th, we have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm really curious to see what she does with this. It's a paranormal romance between a vampire bride and an alpha werewolf shifter. I really was not impressed by her contemporary romances because I think I'm just not a contemporary romance reader, but I'm real curious to see what this one is all about. On February 27th is a book that I've already read, but it's so good, A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. If you want Viking, this is the Viking book for you. It is a Viking AF, okay? It's everything you want in a Viking book, all wrapped up in a nice little package. And it's the start of the next series from Daniel L. Jensen. It's a great one. Please pick it up. And then on the 27th, we have Lore of the Wilds by Annalie Sabara. I think I'm saying that wrong. Hang on. I think I wrote it down wrong. I did. I wrote it down wrong. It's Sabrana. Sabrana. That sounds better. Sabara. Isn't Sabara a pizza joint? Like in the mall? Sorry. This one just sounded so cool. It's a romantasy debut in an enchanted library, and then there's a love triangle, which I know, don't discount it because it's a love triangle, okay? Love triangles can be really, really good, okay? And I'm so curious about this. I definitely will be reading it because it's also under 300 pages. We hardly ever get fantasies that are under 300 pages, and I absolutely love them. On February 29th, are we getting a leap year this year? Did I say 29th? Okay, her website does say February 29th, so we're gonna go with it. It is Sunflower in the Shadows by Ambrosia and Harris. This is a dark, high fantasy romance that includes gore. Yes, I love me some gore. Mina and her friends accidentally summon a demon. accidentally creating a domino effect of terrors that they now must find a way to fix. This just sounds like a fun time, so yeah, give it to me. On March 1st, we have The Bride of Death by E.M. Aiden. This is a romantic historical fantasy along the lines of Naomi Novik. I don't know that I can do the synopsis justice, so let me just read it real quick. Zarin lives a quiet life tending to gardens in her small village with her friend Selleck. But when Selleck starts to act very strangely and removes himself to a crumbling estate outside the village, rumors start circulating that he's possessed by a demon. The demon is looking for a bride, and in order to save her friend, she has to offer herself up to the demon and then complete 3 impossible tasks. This sounds so cool. I'm not even gonna say, like, I'm so excited for it. Moving on to April. April 9th, we have A Secret Shared with Death by Ariella Isabella. This is in Kindle Unlimited. This is her first book in this series. I read another book by this author last year that I was super intrigued by. This is a totally different series. It says this is for fans of the Book of Azrael and the Plated Prisoner series. So it'll be a dark horror fantasy romance. Isolde survives a deadly attack on her village by elves. Death has watched her since and wants to harness her growing powers as her thirst for revenge increases. Along the way, she meets a king who becomes very fascinated with her. Isolde will have to decide if she wants to slake her thirst for revenge or lose herself in the men who will burn the world down for her. Give it to me now. On April 19th, the title of this must have been said somewhere, but I honestly couldn't find it. So it's just TTOBAH, The Truth of Bravery and Honor. Do we think that's what it is? I have no idea. This is the second book in the series that brought you The Crown of Oaths and Curses, which was my top book of 2023. I am so excited for this book. You have no idea. I am really, really hoping for just a 500-page grovel, but honestly, I'll take whatever I can get from these two. It was one of my favorite books, and I cannot wait to continue on with the story. And on April 26th, we have Kings and Monsters by Cleo Evans. This is the 4th book in the series of this Three Fates Mafia monster romance. Very, very spicy. Very, very spicy. And this one is a male-male story between a Minotaur and the son of Hades. So I've enjoyed these. These are just kind of like fun, erotic times. So check them all out. They're pretty good. I just finished the second one, which is the Dragon Daddy one. That was my favorite so far. In May, I only have one book so far. This is Evocation by S.T. Gibson. David is a prodigy psychic, and he has to team up with his ex-boyfriend and secret society rival to get himself out of an ancestral deal with the devil. He has to go through his ex-boyfriend's wife to get to him. So this trio teams up together to get out of this deal before the devil takes David for good. I have not read an S.T. Gibson book yet, but everybody loves them, and I really need to read them. They seem like that perfect blend of dark fantasy romance that I just love. I don't have a single book for June. So moving on to July. On July 9th, we have The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I have not read a book from Sarah Beth Durst before, but this is her Romantasy debut, and it's a cottagecore fantasy. This cover is so ethereal and delightful. Like, it just looks gorgeous, and I cannot wait for everybody to do a special edition of this. Like, I just think they're gonna come. It's like, you cannot get any more cottagecore than this first sentence. Kiela and her magically sentient spider plant assistant. I want a talking plant. Come on now. They are the magical keepers of a spellbook shop that goes up in flames due to a revolution. So she has to start over far from home. She feels responsible for the land dying because of the magic that she kept in her shop. And along with her assistant and a nosy neighbor, she's now determined to make things right. Give me all the cottagecore fantasy. This is gonna be more cozy, I just know it, but maybe with a dash of adventure. I'm ready for it. And on July 16th is Rebecca F. Kenny's publishing debut with Beautiful Villain. This is her first novel under Sourcebooks Casablanca, so congratulations to her. It's a Great Gatsby retelling. We need more of those. Daisy's cousin goes missing at an exclusive house party. When she approaches the host, he is none other than Jay Gatsby, her childhood sweetheart, who is hot and impossible to deny and has secrets of his own. So I will take all of the Great Gatsby retellings. It sounds cool and I just love them. On August 14th, we have Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright. This is an LGBTQ romantic fantasy. Shan is the daughter of a powerful but disgraced blood worker, and to protect her brother, she assassinates her father to take over her place as the head of the family, and that is only the start of her revenge. This is a political romantic fantasy where she has to navigate all this danger, power, and court politics in a vampire kingdom. So again, vampires and revenge, give it to me now. And then I have two books that I'm honestly just hoping come out next year. I don't know if they actually will. One is going to be the Captain Hook and Crocodile book from Nikki St. Crow. I am so desperate for this book from the Vicious Lost Boys series. Like, Crocodile was one of my favorite characters and I just need this book now, but I'm willing to be patient for it. Nikki, just write when you write, and when you ever feel like bringing it out, I will gobble it up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. And then the next book that doesn't have a date yet, and I'm really just like on a wing and a prayer here to see if it comes out next year. It probably will be more like 2025 though, which is the next book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series from Carissa Broadbent. I'm ready for that third book. I just finished Ashes and the Star-Cursed King finally. I've read all the other novellas and I want the next book in this vampire world. And I want to know who the next couple is because I cannot wait. Okay, those were all of the fantasy romance releases that I have written down. Let me know what fantasy romance you are waiting for to come out next year in the comments below. Thank you to Becky for inviting me on this collab again, and I really can't wait to see what you and Jess also come up with for your upcoming releases. If you are not subscribed, please do so. It really helps my channel out, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Bye!